400, 483, 483, 483,
Darling, it's the Shy Life podcast.
Yes, but it's a positive thing, Paul. The High Life, the Shy Life.
You won't find a cast of characters like this everywhere.
Hello, Paul.
I'll go anywhere for a potato.
Delicious.
This particular episode of The Shy Life is a little more abstract than usual.
Oh,
Okay, looks like the hairy guy is ready to record. 3, 2, 1.
Go Shy Yeti.
Oh, I hope he hasn't found out my secret. I think he has.
Hello and welcome to yet another episode of the Shy Life podcast with me, Paul the Shy Yeti. How are you doing? I'm all right. Yes. Not too bad. Now, this episode, as so many episodes seem to have been this year, this episode is about Yeti Uncle John. Yes, as we all know, Yeti Uncle John is due out from shame jail any day now. Well, something has come up which I don't know that we'll talk to Yeti Uncle John about this. Well, not directly. This is a matter of dealing with this in a way that makes him think that he's done something to benefit himself. You know, you're probably wondering what I mean. I think it's best if I run the theme music, and when we come back, I'll explain what's been going on. Okay, run that theme music.
It's time for my old buddy, old pal from across the channel, across the pond, Paul Chandler, the Shy Yeti.
He's not that shy. Oh, it's the Shy Life podcast. Yeah.
All I wanted was a pie.
And then I hatched out of an egg. Okay, bring the mic over. He's ready to record.
It's the quiet ones you've got to watch, you know.
Is it metaphorical? Is it deep? Is it deep?
Boy, he's not all that shy, is right.
Blimey, Governor, it's the Shy Life podcast.
If you thought that was bad, just listen to this.
Oh, I can't wait for it to begin.
It's the Shy Life podcast.
He's positively glowing.
It's all gooey and meaty and yum.
Hello again, listeners. So Yeti Uncle John. I'm just wary that we need to be careful because Yeti Uncle John's time in shame jail is coming to a close. I don't want to cause any ruckus, any sort of bad behaviour on his part. So close to him being set free. We want to begin 2022 in a positive way, but what I'm talking about is this biography or autobiography or whatever it is, this history of the Shy Life podcast book that Yeti Uncle John has been working on. He's been writing it in shame jail. We haven't seen any of it. We haven't heard any, snippets of it. He's not shared anything with us until now. Yeah, until now. I guess it's best if I explain what occurred if we have a little flashback to a day or two ago. I was just in the flat, just doing some work, just editing something or getting ready to be sat on by Dealey should he come by, when Martin arrives with a little surprise for me. Have a listen to this.
Paul, I've got something to share with you.
Oh, Martin, hi. I didn't see you standing there. Sorry, I'm so engrossed in editing the latest Charlotte podcast episode. Sorry, what was it you were saying? You've been to Lidl's, have you? Have you brought me a Danish pastry or something?
No, Paul, I've not been to Lidl's. Although I might go later. No, I've got something here. It's, something that you need to see.
Oh, yes. What is it? Looks like a bundle of papers. Well, don't tell me you've been writing the Great British Novel or something, Martin. I didn't know you had pretensions of being a writer.
No, Paul. It's not my book. It's a certain book.
A certain book? Oh, give it to me. Let me have a look. Certain... What? The Shy Life podcast, My Part in Its Success, by Yeti Uncle John. What? What? Is this the book?
It most certainly is, Paul. Well, a first draft, at least.
A first draft of the Yeti Uncle John book? Well, I didn't realise he'd got so far. Oh, I don't know why he didn't just wait until he got out of chain jail to give it to me. Did this come in the post or something?
No, Paul. It's under wraps.
Under wraps? I don't understand.
It's been sneaked out of Shame Jail.
Sneaked out of Shame Jail? When were you in Shame Jail?
No, Paul. Oh, dear. I never really told you this because, well, I didn't want to worry you. And I didn't want you thinking that Yeti Uncle John might get up to something.
OK.
Yeah, well, I have contacts in Shame Jail.
Well, I have contacts in Shame Jail. Isaac and Declan. They're very busy boys. They've got a Shame Jail to run, plus 2 podcasts, plus using Twitch to stream computer games, and plus their day jobs and various studies. They're very busy.
No, Paul. I don't mean Isaac and Declan. I mean I've got people on the inside, like people on the same level as Yeti Uncle John.
Oh, what you mean? Other inmates?
Exactly, Paul. You know, from my detective days. I've got informers.
Informers?
Yeah, well, I've been paying them to keep an eye on Yeti Uncle John to make sure that he doesn't do any stuff, bad stuff, to keep him busy, playing computer games and just doing innocent stuff, although Yeti Uncle John always finds a way to twist even the most innocent thing into some money-making scheme. So it's been quite a difficult job.
Okay, let me take this all in. So all this time, you've been paying in money? You shouldn't be paying out of your own money, Martin. If I'd have known, I'd have helped out.
It's all right. I've been paying in sweets.
Paying in sweets? What, like treats and things?
Exactly. Morris the Informer and his friend Raymond the Grass, they're both addicted to Smarties and to, dolly mixtures and wine gums and things like that.
Morris the Informer and Raymond the Grass, is that your nickname for them?
No, that's what they're known as.
Okay, let me run back. So, the people you've had keeping an eye on Yeti Uncle John are known as informers and grasses. Then I'd be surprised if Yeti Uncle John didn't know that it was all going on.
No, apparently not. He thought it was ironic.
Okay. So what? Morris and Raymond, they've stolen this draft? Won't he have missed it?
No. It's it's very clever. Now, Morris, the Informer, and Yeti Uncle John, they're quite into card games. So they were having a crib tournament. And meanwhile, Raymond the Grass, he'd found the draft script and he whisked it off to the library.
He whisked it off. They have a photocopy in the library in Shame Jail.
Oh yeah, it's quite a nice one. And he copied it anyway. So this is a copy, and the original was returned. The Uncle John didn't know because he was busy playing crib with Morris the Informer.
Okay, I don't know. I wish they had slightly better names, Morris and Raymond. Their nicknames are a little bit crap, aren't they? But there we go. Sorry, I'm just thinking something like Raymond the Merciless or Morris the Mauler. That would be so much more exciting.
Yeah, Paul, this is shame jail. It's not prisoner cell block H.
All right, I know.
Anyway, you might want to have a look at this book. You might want to get some of the others together. I think you'll find there's quite a lot of, misinformation, disinformation, outright lies, embellishments, fantasy.
What you're saying is this book is more of a work of fiction than it is an autobiography or biography or whatever.
Exactly, Paul. Exactly.
Well, I mean, to be fair, for him to have written this much, I'm not really aware that he's done a lot of research other than that thing with Nick, those questions with Nick. He hasn't talked to half of us anyway. The only way that he could have written this much is if he had made half of it up.
Half of it, Paul? More like 3/4. Well, no, more like 9/10.
Oh, really? Okay. Gosh. Wow. So I'm going to have to read this, I suppose. Should I start at the beginning?
Well, just dip in, really. You just need to work out what you're going to do about it.
Yes, Martin, what am I going to do about it?
You can't let them know that you've seen it.
No, I don't want to do that. That would just complicate matters. But something needs to be done about it.
Well, dip into page 73.
Oh, okay. It says your name.
Yeah, read it.
Oh, it's like a first-person testimony.
That's right.
And so what are you meant to have been saying?
Well, read it.
All right.
My association with the Charlotte podcast came after it had been going on for a year or more. But my colleagues on the show have become close friends, and it really has transformed my life. But, of course, it was here I met not just one of my best friends, but someone I think of as an older brother, a mentor, a guide, a guru, a gentleman known as Yeti Uncle John. If I hadn't have met Yeti Uncle John, I think that, well, my life would have been a sadder, darker place. I've learnt so much from this man. It's difficult to fully explain the amount of lessons that this fine human being has given me over the years that I've known him.
Okay, and you said that?
Well, I actually said that about, not just one person. I kind of said something very similar, but I was talking about you, and I was also talking about Cromarty.
Oh, Martin.
Well, you two, particularly, I feel I have learned a lot from. And, obviously I've worked a lot with Cromarty.
Yeah, of course, but you said that about us and not Yeti Uncle John?
Yeah, well, I think I said Yeti Uncle John was a nice guy, and but that he always ate my chocolate chip cookies out of my secret jar that I have hidden, that I have hidden down in the lab. That was about it.
Oh dear. Okay, well, Martin, thank you for bringing this to my attention. I guess this copy doesn't need to be returned.
No, you can keep it because it's the copy, but, don't leave it lying around. And once Yeti Uncle John's out of shame jail, perhaps it should be put under lock and key. Or, give it to Bettina, get it out of the house, give it to Ick, keep it on the spaceship somewhere.
All right, yes, good point, good idea. Right, I'll have a look at this, and thanks.
All right, Paul, I'll leave you to it.
Thanks, Martin. Thank you. Oh wow, listeners. So that was a day or two ago, and I have been reading the book. It's very much along the same lines as that passage that I was reading about Martin. And I'll tell you a bit more, but I think this is a good point to pause and maybe share with you, I don't know, a bit of Sutton Park, a quiz, a little bit of chat with somebody, some music. I'm not sure what yet, but something will be coming up. And when I come back, I'll, some of the regulars will be here. And I will be sharing with you a few passages from the Notorous book, and you'll see exactly what we're dealing with. If you hadn't already worked that out from the bit that we shared about Martin. Anyway, have a listen to this, and I'll be back in a moment.
Oh, I suppose
Right.
better be off.
Well, yeah,
Everyone
you
else
better be
is
off
gone.
too. Yeah.
Except for those, do they stay? Do they stay? The Horner and Mummy stay?
I don't know. You have to, of course, Paul's lost his memory. So you'll have to get used to it again, won't you? Anyway, it was nice meeting you again, Neil, eh?
Yes, Lee. Why are you pretending to be Lee?
And if you piss off
I could tell them. I could. Excuse.
Listen here, you little tart. You say another word. If you do not address me as Lee Freeman, there'll be hell to pay. I'll rip your bloody horn off and shove it up your arse.
Nice to see you again, Lee.
Piss off, go on. Well, that's him gone then. Oops. Well, I suppose I ought to be off in a minute. Anything else? Anyone? Where are you all? What are you doing in there?
What? Hey, wait! No, I was just talking to the Horner and the Mummy. I was just talking to Horner and the Mummy. I told them all about the the bag.
You're alright with them now, are you?
Well, yes, now you've told me.
There's a few things you ought to know about them. Come on.
What?
Now, if I remember rightly, Horner's real name, or one of his real names, apart from the Amphibian Man and Horrible Horner, is Andrew Reed. You ought to know about that. He used to be human, or at least he was sometimes, and he has a habit of shedding his skin. Although I'm not sure whether he can do that nowadays. It's all very complicated. It's all regards his creator and his father, Dr. von Hellbent, but I wouldn't talk about it. He's a bit sensitive about his skin, so don't refer to that. As for the Mummy, well, you'll remember what I told you about him. Yes, about the tree.
But you won't go, will you?
Never say banshee to him. He gets a bit frustrated.
You won't go yet. You won't go until we've sorted out this head thing.
Well,
but you wait there. You wait there.
Oh yes, the head thing.
I've got to get rid of it.
Well, you say someone is trying to implicate you in some sort of murder?
I don't know if it's Basil. Basil's supposed to be helping me, but
it's a bit whiffy, innit?
Oh, don't go in there. Don't get it out. Look, please don't.
It's got bits of ganglion and fuzziness.
Please,
it's disgusting.
Oh.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Look, I'll come.
I'll look after it for you.
No, I'm going to come with you. I want to see you bury it.
No, you can trust me.
No, wait. No, wait for me whilst I talk to these two. You can sit down.
Do not worry, Paul. We will sort it out. It would seem that it is quite possible that you, for a start, I know you would not have killed this man, the head that is in the bag. Whether it is the responsibility of Basil or the man called the Controller, then, well, you may have been framed, but do not worry, we will help you now.
Okay. Well, I just want to get rid of it all. There's nothing to do with it anymore. I just want to forget.
Yes, don't you worry. Don't worry, Paul.
Anyway, well, we seem to have found Lee. I thought he was missing. I want to go over with him. You just talk to you two, just chat away, and then we'll go and help you sort you out burying this bloody awful thing.
Yeah.
Lee, so what came of you then?
Sorry?
What came of you?
Oh,
there'd been some. We'd heard something about. Well, we'd heard some nasty things about.
You mean when I nearly fell in the river? When I did fall in the river, and I found some pipes and things. That's what you're talking about.
Yes, and we also heard something about you being attacked or something as well. There was
attacked?
I don't know, or being something at lakes, or disappearing at the lakes or something. There's some sort of attack there. I'm sure we heard it.
It's just a load of old gossip.
It's probably. I've been talking to squirrels and things. They've probably been.
No, I wouldn't pay any attention to squirrels. You know what they're like. Yeah. I mean, they're in the employ of that red thing that belongs to Backhoff. Those squirrels. They're just a load of gossip mongers. I wouldn't pay any heed. Anyway, so how are things with you and Von Hellbent? Everything okay? Getting on with your dad now?
You
put your troubles behind you a bit, haven't
Not
you?
exactly. But I'd rather not talk about it at the moment. He's got some plans and stuff. And,
Yeah, I was wondering about that, because I was thinking, those pipes, they contain Suttonite. He's draining some Suttonite off of his rocket, isn't he? He's got some other plans that he hasn't indulged us in.
I don't think we should talk about it too loudly at the moment.
Well, it's just, I'm sure I heard you mention Operation Olden Gauge.
What?
Operation Olden Gauge. Does that sound vaguely familiar to you?
Lee?
Yes, Lee, that's me. Oh, there's something I'd like to show you.
What do you know about Operation Golden Gauge?
Olden Gauge.
Golden Gauge. Golden Age and Home.
Nothing to do with fruit or veg.
Well, what do you know about this?
What do I know about it? Well, I have my contacts. I know a few things.
You're not Lee. You're back off.
Yes, I'm back off. And I'll tell you something else, my friend. Look. Look into my eyes. I am the master. You will obey me. I want you to kill someone for me. Kill someone for me. You will remember nothing of this conversation. Nothing. What will you remember?
Nothing.
Except when the time is right.
Nothing.
When the time is right.
When the time is right.
Yes. Who is the master?
You are.
Good boy.
Lee.
Now. Everything okay?
Yes, Lee.
Yes.
Yes, Lee.
So?
Well, I shall leave you with Paul in your capable hands.
Yep. I'll see you soon.
I don't
okay?
think that you'll need my assistance. I think I ought to... Mummy, I think we ought to be going. There are other things to do. Paul will be all right with Lee here. We'll go and see if we can find out about Basil, maybe. Maybe we can look at some files and find out if he checks out.
Yeah, you do that. Go on in.
Come on. Let's go. Before the controller returns.
No, you're going the wrong way. You're going the wrong way. The door's that way.
Well, it could go that way. Come on, Mummy. Things to be done. What? We must go? No, sure. Oh, very well.
Yeah, he's just out the door there.
What have we got? We're going to see if we can find out who this Basil is.
I know nothing about Basil. I saw him on the television, but I know very little about it, so don't indulge me. Just,
Well, look after Paul. Make sure we get rid of that head.
Psst, it's me.
What?
It's me.
Who? Lee.
Don't you recognise me?
Lee.
Wait a minute.
Hello, Lee.
See, it's me.
Back on!
Yes, it's me.
What are you doing here?
What?
Where's Lee?
Well, I don't know. All I know is that he's missing, and I'm taking the opportunity to fill his gap.
What do you mean you're...
Pardon the expression.
Paul?
What? Did you remember that I have control of your banshee soul?
No.
The only reason why I'm telling you this is that I've got you on my side. Now, if ever I need you to pass something on to Paul for me, you'll do as such, won't you?
Yes, I have no choice.
Or I will do something nasty to your soul.
Do not hurt him, though.
David.
Do not hurt Paul.
Well, all right. Don't have to hurt him.
He is in enough trouble as it is, and the controller will return soon.
Yes, well, I'm sure the control will take it. As far as I'm concerned, my main prerogative at the moment is to deal with that wretched brother of mine. He's got plans other than defeating the controller with us.
Prerogative? I don't care about your interest in prerogative. You always liked those prerogative blondes, didn't you? I am leaving.
I prefer strawberries, actually.
Coming, Horner. You didn't do anything to Horner, did you?
No.
Very well. I will see you soon.
You does seem a bit sleepy. Perhaps you've had a busy day.
I will not tell Paul yet.
You will not tell Paul a thing.
But to remember.
You will not tell Paul a thing.
I am going.
Not a sausage.
Were you arguing? Lee, were you arguing or something?
Well, I wouldn't say it was an argument, just a difference of opinion.
They're strange, those people, those amphibians. How did I meet them?
Oh, well, let's see.
The Lane was telling me about.
Now, the amphibian man, let's see now. Now, the amphibian man started off, this was long before you knew him, he was created by Dr. von Hellbent. However, a witch called Natalie seduced him and his brother, Geoffrey, who was the Metallic Man. Funnily enough. Oh, well, the Metallic Man, he was dismantled by von Hellbent, who was his creator.
You better tell me, but we better get off into the woods and get rid of this berry.
And
You tell me as we go along.
David was another one who was seduced by the powers of Sutton Park, and as a result, he became this mummified cretin.
Look, if we take this, you can tell us on the way. You can tell me all about
Oh,
my
yes,
life.
of course, I forgot about that.
I can relearn my life.
So much to remember.
Come on, let's go.
Come on. We've got to get you out of here. Come on. Come on now. Before you come back. What's he doing to you? Come on. Oh God, to get you through that hole now. Come on. Come on now. Quick. There you go. You go. I got my foul through. The Bunny Witch's place was right behind in the distance. She's got her house right behind here. There's nobody. Come on, Crispin. Bloody you out now. Go on. Come on. Come on through the hole. Quick. Come on. Oh, there we go. There we are. There we are. There we go. We got through there. We're all right now. We're all right. Oh, Crispin, we're all right now. Oh, that was a lucky escape, wasn't it? Come on now, wake up, wake up. Wake up now. Wake up! I mean, wake up. I mean, please. You shouldn't shout like that.
Gone. No! Gone! He has gone! How? How could he have managed? He was drugged. Ah! He must have had help. There must have been help. Where are they?
Come on. Come on, Crispin, wake up now, won't ya? Just come on. Come on, you've been drugged. You'll be alright now. Wake up. Please wake up, Mr. Crispin. Please wake up. Please. Come on now, please now.
Gone. But I shall find the culprit. I can follow the scent.
Mr. Crispin.
Hi again, listeners. So we're back. Yes, we're back. Since I last spoke to you, I've spoken to a number of the regulars, and I just wanted to give you examples of the kind of thing that Yeti Uncle John has put in the book. I have read it now from page to page, from cover to cover. Well, it doesn't have a cover because it's just a photocopy, but you know what I mean. So first up, you've heard the whole Martin thing. Here's a bit of the book that is supposed to be something that Ick said, and then I actually spoke to Ick, and so on. So here we go.
Of all the people that I've worked with on the Charlotte podcast, Yeti Uncle John is definitely the brains behind the show. I wasn't there day one, but Yeti Uncle John was. In fact, it was him that came up with the idea for the show. He'd long been encouraging Paul to start a podcast, and Paul had just not listened to him. It was apparently the same with the Sutton Park show back in the 1990s. Although Yeti Uncle John was not available at the time to appear on the show, it was him that had encouraged Paul to begin the series and who gave him the idea for his Beaches Broadcasting sketch show. Something which I don't think he's given full credit for.
So, Ick, you've heard that passage. Did you say any of those words at all?
I most certainly didn't, Paul. I know from, watching Sutton Park and from talking with you that his Uncle John was nowhere to be found in the 1990s.
He most certainly wasn't.
And I certainly didn't believe him, although he did say that he was the brains behind the starting of the podcast. I don't believe anything he says when he says things like that. But it does make me cross that he quoted me as saying what you read out. It somehow gives credence to that mythology that he's created in his own little mind.
I know, but we know that's what he's like. We know that's what he's like. So, yeah, just to confirm, that's definitely something that he has made up.
Yes, absolutely. I think I might have said that Yeti Uncle John makes a nice hot chocolate. And also, on occasion, when he has the right ingredients, he makes a quite good tequila sunrise.
He is a good cocktail maker. Yeah, but that's nothing really to do with the podcast, is it?
No, most certainly not.
All right, thanks, Ick.
That's okay, Paul. Oh, I'll have a word with him.
Well, don't say anything too soon, because, we don't want him to know that we've seen the book. I've got to work out a strategy, and, don't want to give ourselves away.
Okay, Paul. Okay.
All right. Next up, I spoke to Cromitty. Now, there was a part of the book where Cromitty got to speak for a while, and there was a quite lengthy chunk of the book where Cromitty was quoted as saying various different things. For instance, this following passage. Oh, well, Yeti Uncle John, he's a man with a vision. I really don't think the show would have got past the first 10 episodes if he hadn't have been involved. I'm pretty sure Paul would have lost interest and, would have, gone off and written more of those awful poems of his. It really is testament to Yeti Uncle John's dedication that the show continues to this day. And even during, some of the really awful times that he has gone through in the last 6 months or so, he has still been leading the way from behind bars. I know Yeti Uncle John won't mind me saying this, although he won't say it himself. The fact that he is in Shame Jail is it is a crime in itself, an injustice, and B, I will never forgive Paul for not standing up and fighting more for him. And it is amazing. It is amazing that he has been able to keep an eye on the show, even from behind those awful bars. So, Cromitty, I know you and Yeti Uncle John have a very, close friendship at times, and I know it's a bit one-sided. I get that. I get it's difficult. The heart wants what the heart wants. Oh, Paul, hey, you're not wrong. So what I mean is I understand if you did say any of those things in that quote. If you feel I didn't, do as much as I could have done to support him, I think that in a way I hoped that Shame Jail would turn Yeti Uncle John into a better citizen, a better person. I don't know really that has happened, but I would understand if you felt that my way of dealing with this wasn't the way that you would have dealt with it. Well, Paul, to a certain extent, I am very protective of Yeti Uncle John, but I know that is my heart, making me do these things, making me feel this way because I always hoped that there would be more between us. When you kind of have feelings for somebody, you'll forgive them anything. And I know that Yeti Uncle John does take advantage of me, of everyone. But, we all love him, don't we? Yeah, we love Yeti Uncle John, as much as he drives us crazy. But you've got that extra connection. I have. So I would love him not to have had to go through this in a way, but in another way, I understand what you think, what you've said about it helping him. And as you said, I don't know that it has. Yeah, well, it has at the very least kept him off the streets. Yes, Paul, it has done that. Difficult. But anyway, anything else in that quote that you said? I understand. Well, no, Paul, I did not say that. I just did not say any of those things. I would never have spoken as candidly. Even if I had thought some of those things, I would not have said anything, against you, because I know what he is like. I know he drives us all off our rockers. Yeah, he does. So, what sort of thing did you say? Oh, well, I guess I think I said, Yeti Uncle John is somebody I've spent a lot of time with. I got to know him really well, the good and the bad, and sometimes, there is more bad than good. But I probably said that I think he thinks a lot of himself, and that's kind of one of the reasons that I like him so much. He makes me laugh. His arrogance, his candor, and his enthusiasm. These are the qualities that I fell in love with to a point, and but I would never have said anything negative, not about you or any of my friends on the show. And there's quite a lot of stuff, isn't there? How long did you speak for? Or did he interview you? Or I sent him a very brief voice memo saying what I just told you, and not a lot else. So anything else he's said, there's a whole chapter written from my point of view or quoting me. I did not say any of those things. Absolutely not. Well, thank you. Thank you, Cromitty. Yeah. Dear, oh dear. What are we going to do about him? I don't know, Paul. I don't know. This book can't go into print with so much fantasy in it. Oh, gosh. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Listeners, next up I spoke to Bettina. In a way, I'm kind of glad that she's taken it all so well, because she could have been quite cross about some of the things that he put down in the book in her name. But anyway, as you'll see, she kind of found it funny.
Oh, Paul. Oh, what a card. He's such a card. He just makes things up. It amuses me.
Yeah, I can see how, you could find it funny or amusing, but I think a lot of us find it kind of annoying or upsetting.
Oh, dear. Well, it's just Yeti Uncle John's way.
Well, yes, it's Yeti Uncle John's way, but that doesn't mean it's the right way. What about this passage?
If I was 20 years younger, I can see myself, he is a very attractive man. I mean, of course, he's a gadabout. It would be very difficult to date a man like Yeti Uncle John. He walks into a room and he takes over. He's like a golden light suddenly emerging, and people just turn and look. As much as I've had a bit of a checkered romantic past in the last few years, With Yeti Uncle John, I knew that I just could not compete. I never approached him. I never flirted with him. Well, I probably flirted with him. I flirt with most people, but I knew nothing would come of it. And we are friends, but we would never be the lovers that I would have liked us to have been.
Don't you think that's outrageous, Bettina? Claiming that you were in love with him, pretty much.
Well, I won't deny that. I won't deny that in my fantasies, well.
Oh, Bettina, surely not.
No, well, he has that rough, that rough quality, that sort of, down to earth. You Yetis, you do have a way. You do have ways about you.
So, what was it you actually said?
I may not have given quite as much away, but I think that I quite a lot of what was said, I did say. All right,
Bettina.
He's embellished it a bit. Yes, particularly that dream sequence.
Oh, that bit was awful.
Oh, Paul, it was.
Listeners, there was a section in this interview with Bettina where, like a dream sequence, where she sort of imagined, supposedly, an encounter with Yeti Uncle John.
No, he did quite a good job there. It was quite racy. Worthy of Jackie Collins.
Well, I don't know what to say, Bettina.
No, what I will say is that he definitely embellished things, and but I was kind of flattered by it. But I know a lot of people wouldn't be. My heart is with another person these days, so it's never been anything more than a fantasy in my head that occasionally, after a few gin and tonics. But I can't deny that some of those feelings, Yeti Uncle John he's got it. He has it. We never were. We never will be, I'm sure. But, maybe it's the most accurate chapter in that book.
Maybe it is, Bettina. I don't know. I just think you're taking it very well.
Oh, I read that dream sequence every night before I go to bed ever since I've received that chapter.
Bettina, oh, for goodness sakes. You're worse than Nick Goodman.
Oh, Nick and I are fellow romantics. Oh, yes, we exist on a romantic plane where everything is a beautiful dream, a vision of loveliness, and it's just that we're on opposite ends of the scale. I have little fantasies about beautiful men, and he has fantasies about beautiful women, but. Sometimes I have fantasies about beautiful women too, but anyway, don't need to get into this now.
Okay, Bettina, it's absolutely cool and great and wonderful. As long as you're not upset by what he wrote, you're about the only person who isn't.
Oh, Paul, I'm fine. Absolutely fine.
So she was fine. So Ick and Martin and Cromitty and Bettina, I spoke to some of the others, but they weren't mentioned as much. But have a listen. Albert, did you say the following? Yeah, Uncle John is like a father to me, far much more than Paul has ever been. He has taught me stuff like picking flowers in the woods, and to the point where I can identify them by name. I even know the Latin names for these plants, and that's all Yeti Uncle John's doing. Albert, did you say any of that? No, Paul. I don't think I've ever been on a walk with Yeti Uncle John. I didn't know. I did once. He got lost. We had to use Google Maps to find us back. We were only about 100 metres away from your flat. Oh, gosh. Right. Thanks, Albert. Charlie, Did you ever say anything like this when talking with Yeti Uncle John? There is only one person I know who knows more about pies, and that is Yeti Uncle John. I did not know him before the recording of the podcast, but, it has been a great lesson, quite a humbling one, to find out there are people who know more about a subject than you do. I'm still the most knowledgeable bear who knows about pies in Bearguria, but in the world, it's Uncle John, he knows more. Charlie, did you say that? I most certainly did not. There's nobody who knows more about pies than me. I don't think I've ever even discussed pies with Yeti Uncle John. He's eaten a few of mine. He never brings pies in return. It's very much a one-way friendship with pies. But no, he does not know more than me. He likes eating them. I encourage it. But yes. No, I never said he knew more than me. And he still hasn't paid me for that big vat of belly button fluff tea that I sent him either. He promised me he would pay me. Yes. He's a rogue. He's a rogue. He is a rogue. Charlie, I'm sorry. No, it's nothing more than I expect. Yeah, well, you could be right there. Tallulah, did you say anything like this concerning Yeti Uncle John?
Oh, my darling. Well, Yeti Uncle John. Oh, I've never met somebody who dressed so finely. He's such a handsome dresser. He just cut such a debonair figure. And not only that, but his interest in music I find extraordinary. And his knowledge. We have been to quite a number of performances together. And, he's always full of trivia and knowledge. And he plays it down. He's very humble with it. But, what a clever man. What a clever, handsome man.
Tallulah, did you say anything about that?
Oh, my darling, no. He's a funny man. He has good banter. But mostly, we have been to one or two performances. But as far as being debonair, he turned up in tracksuit bottoms and a T-shirt with a hole in it. So, I had to tell him to keep his coat on, because we probably would have been thrown out of the opera house.
Oh dear, I'm sorry, Tallulah. So thank you.
My pleasure.
August, did Yeti Uncle John interview you for his book? Did you say anything like this?
Oh, well, I haven't known Yeti Uncle John that long, but since I have come to live in the house, I would say it was him who encouraged me in my art. In fact, he bought me some of the best paints that I've been using, and he also encouraged me to source material from nature, to paint with mud and to paint with bark and like make concoctions of colours, and he's very forward thinking, is Yeti Uncle John. He's really quite innovative. Sorry, yes, I can never say that word. He's he's quite a visionary.
So, August, did you say anything like that?
Oh, no. No, I did not. The nearest I've done art with Yeti Uncle John was some finger painting. He wasn't very good. Got everywhere.
Well, thank you. Nick, I'm terribly sorry about all this.
Yes, Uncle John.
Yeah, I mean...
to be honest...
All those questions you answered for him, I don't think he used a darn bit of it. He was just... I think that was just him sort of...
The main thing is it's recorded for posterity.
Well, yeah, he made
that's the essential
thing.
I'm quite chuffed that it's out there, but Has he? Do you think he'll be sort of publishing a retraction? You know?
Well, it's not published yet, and we're not going to allow it to be published.
No.
To be honest, he doesn't know that we've seen the first draft.
Oh.
We sort of one of my contacts got hold of a copy which he'd been writing whilst he'd been in Shame Jail. So I have a plan. One way or another, it's not going to. I'm not having him taking the credit for everything about the Charlotte podcast.
I can't think of what he would have distorted though, because I mean there was nothing particularly spectacular that I said.
No, but he's misquoted you. Well, not even misquoted. He's just some of the others. He's had them say, "Oh, yes, Uncle John." He wouldn't be where we are. It's just a complete ego.
Has he done this before? I think he has.
Well, he's done things before. It's no surprise. He has a very high opinion of himself. But
I think that people like that are terribly inadequate and disappointed. So I forgive him, but I think we need a few stern words with him.
Yeah, well, we'll see how it goes, because I'm hoping that maybe I'll make a few changes to the text without him realising. So we'll see how it goes. But I just wanted to let you know that we wouldn't be publishing anything, or I wouldn't be allowing him to publish anything which is so inaccurate. Anyway,
that's all right. We live and learn. I think you did warn me that he might not be the most reliable of interviewers.
Yeah. Anyway, well, I'll see what I can do.
Okie dokie.
So, there you go. Now, gosh, so I think the last two sections I want to read you, listeners. One's by me, and as you can imagine, I'd never said any of this. And then there's one from Yeti Uncle John, which I guess, it's fact because he thinks it's fact. Okay, have a listen to these two paragraphs. Listen to the Yeti Uncle John one first. Well, he's quite, a wonderful situation to know you created something like the Charlotte podcast. I know I don't get the credit I'm due, but, for it to still be running, 5.5 years after it started, nearly 500 episodes. Yeah, it's quite something. It's quite an achievement, and, one that, I have to thank my team, obviously, Comity and Ick and Martin and Paul, I suppose, and all the special guests we've had over the years. But it was obviously quite difficult to arrange to get some of these people involved in the show. I had to speak to Toppy Smelly, really implore him to take part because, he's mastermind of the Smellcast and Lotzel and the shows he's involved in. It's quite a step down to appear in something like the Charlotte podcast. But I spoke to him. I said, Toppy, come on. Paul's a mate of yours. You've got to encourage him. He needs to see how the big boys work. And to be fair, he did that. He's been a good friend, as Toppy, to me. Or sometimes I feel like Toppy is actually probably more my friend than he is Paul's. He's just kind of like, we talk about podcast stuff. But Toppy and I, we have a real connection. Like a proper friendship connection. And, so some of the people I've met through podcasting, it's been great. But, there you go. Well, to have somebody like Yeti Uncle John in your own family it's a gift. It's a gift that not many people have. I mean, you're lucky if an average family has one member that's like a true visionary, or dare I say so, a genius. You know, families have people in them that have their talents, but this is beyond talent. Yeti Uncle John has it really is. I don't know how to describe it. It's like a sort of. It's well, I think as you can tell, I'm not that genius, so I haven't got the words. But Yeti Uncle John is a beyond genius level, and to have him in my own family, and to have not realised for so many years, or being pottering around doing things and doing my own things, or he was always there though. He would always sort of encourage me, or he and I never appreciated him. But I've come to appreciate him so much. Yeti Uncle John is the number one person. I mean, not just in my family. I mean, in the world, there's just nobody like him. I mean, you hear people say that I don't know, the greats, Elvis, Marilyn Monroe, I don't know, Paul McCartney. There are so many of them, but they're not Yeti Uncle John. They're not Yeti Uncle John. But he is underappreciated. But I appreciate him. It's hard not to when you are so close to somebody, but it's a crying shame. But hopefully in the next few years, his name will rise and he'll be better known. I'm determined to help that. He's a 1 in a billion. I can't say enough positive things about him. I love that man. I love him. He really is number one. I didn't say any of that, listeners. I mean, I do love him as a member of my family. He certainly makes life interesting, but I wouldn't use the word genius. Well, maybe I would, but not in a good way. A genius for, I don't know, for doing naughty stuff. Anyway, look, I have a plan and I'm going to be working on it, but I think I need you to listen to a clip of something, maybe a chat or a quiz or some part clip again. So we'll do that when we come back. I'll tell you what I did. Okay, have a listen. Hey, Big Fatty, it's me, Paul the Shy Yeti.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm good, you?
Well, I'm good.
Good.
Glad to hear you are.
Yes.
At least I hope you are.
Yes.
And you, Poodle?
I'm
good.
Yes,
Good.
lovely.
Well, today I'm out and about. In a place called Richmond Park.
Yes.
Which is not that far from where I live.
Okay.
Although I had to get one train. And then leave the station and get on a bus.
A train
which
and
took
a
me
bus?
all the way up to, very close to a gate that I could enter this lovely park.
Oh, yes.
And because my mobility isn't so great these days, I need as easy a journey as possible, really. My energy is pretty low these days as well.
Is there a problem?
Yeah, I don't want to wear myself off before I even get
Oh, yes, I understand.
where I'm heading.
Yes.
So it is a lovely sunny day.
Oh, yes.
In mid-October.
Yes.
And I've come here really to
relax.
Just take some photos. Record a bit of the podcast.
How about 5 toes?
I just want to sort of enjoy I mean, I've gone out so rarely to do something that is for myself, something nice.
I understand.
I was going to work and that became a strain, and that's my news. I'm no longer working. I've left the library. I'm managing on savings and I'm training, hopefully to do a job that I can do from home.
Lovely.
Because I couldn't keep on with the long commute that I was doing. Plus the library I worked in was not the nice place it used to be. Well, the college wasn't. The library was still nice.
Yes.
There was a lot of bullying going on.
Times
A lot of really awful people, and it wasn't doing my health any good. So, yeah, bang, gone. Right. So,
bye-bye.
My new life is...
Bye, Felicia.
Training, maybe to be a proofreader.
A
or a copywriter.
Dr. Stone can help with that.
Maybe moving back to my hometown to be closer to my parents because they're not...
They're lovely.
They're not so young. Late 70s. My dad's in his early 80s. They're both fine. Sometimes I think
Uh-huh.
they're probably more fit than I am. But
Oh, dear.
anyway, it would be better to live closer to them. So I'll probably be selling my flat in the next year.
Yes.
It means I'm also going to be close to my friend Nick. He's one of my best friends.
Is that
and
young
a number of
Nicholas?
other people who live in my hometown still.
Uh-huh.
So I've got a better support network.
Yes.
Dealey and Toby will be coming too.
Lovely.
Basically, where we live,
Uh-huh.
it's in the middle of nowhere. It was great when I used to rush into London either for work or for social stuff, but
Yes.
living where I do now is just horrible, not good.
Okay, well, sounds like retirement.
I mean, one of the good things is that I am so close, relatively close to these beautiful places like
Yes.
Hampton Court Palace and Richmond Park.
Only took a train and a bus.
Anyway,
Yes.
I've waffled on far too long, so I need to go.
Oh,
Hopefully I'll be sending you more regular messages, but I did say I'd tell you my news, and that's my news. I'm not exactly retired, but I'm not exactly working.
Uh-huh.
Doing the podcast, that's my job at the moment.
Well, right.
Anyway, right, I hope you're both okay. I'm going to enjoy this park. I have to be careful, because I can't run out of energy. I still have to get home.
Yes.
Afterwards. But, so yeah, I need to pace myself. I've got my lunch with me, so, yeah. Okie dokie.
Is that
Speak to you again
Squeaky
soon.
Kitty?
Bye for now.
Yeah, I guess y'all that, of course, is Paul the Shy Yeti. And, Paul, thank you so much for the call. Always lovely to hear from you. Big Fatty, it did sound like Squeaky Kitty in the background. They did. But Paul, congratulations on your departure from the job. I think that you've got your priorities straight. And, you say you're moving back to your hometown, so you can be close to the hats, and if need be, they can help take care of you as well. Oh yes, Big Fatty, they can make porridge or something. Oh dear Gussie, homemade scones, or Big Fatty, or maybe some mushy peas. But anyway, and. Seriously, Dr. Stone can talk to you about that copywriter. Especially if you're going to be at your very own bowl scraping, almond crunching establishment. Big Fatty.
Hello again, listeners. Martin's here, and Cromitty. Ig, unfortunately, isn't. He's having to rest up. So close to, the big day. So, yes, he's resting. He sends his apologies. Yes, I didn't want to disturb August, but, I just wanted to sort of tell you what I have done. Martin, you said you didn't need me to return the manuscript. Is there any chance that Raymond and Morris could substitute the original with a slightly doctored version, a slightly doctored draft? I probably should have said, I don't think I have said, that the manuscript is typed on an old-fashioned typewriter. I mean, in itself, the fact that Yeti Uncle John has physically typed on a typewriter is kind of amazing.
Well, I would like to say that I don't think he actually typed. I think Morris and Raymond did a lot of the typing, with him standing over them.
Oh, okay. Well, that kind of figures, really, doesn't it? Okay. So anyway, could they substitute the manuscript?
Yeah, I think that could be done.
I think we want to get rid of all trace of this draft. But I have been working quite hard, particularly, I didn't have to use a typewriter. I found on my computer you could choose a font that looks like it's been typed on a typewriter. I still had to type the whole bloody thing up, which took ages. And I did do the typing, I wasn't standing over somebody. So you should have asked Eek. He's got so many tentacles he could have typed like mad. No. So what have you done, Paul? I've kind of taken a lot of the rubbish out. I mean, it is a slightly skinnier document, but only slightly, because I've corrected factual inaccuracies. I have tried to set the record straight, and I've tried to take the fact that the whole Shy Life podcast doesn't revolve around Yeti Uncle John. Try to give everyone credit for their part in the show, from the guests that only appeared once to people like Toppy and Nick who have appeared in many episodes. I've tried to put it in a more chronological order.
But won't he notice that there's so many changes?
I've been very careful, very clever. I've mainly kept to his structure, but I've also shifted things around so much that it's almost a totally different book. But I'm hoping he won't notice. I've managed to keep a lot of things in there that pander to his ego. Well, that is very important. It's very important, yes. I'm hoping the things I've put, and I've included, Bettina did say some truly shocking but true, from her point of view, comments. Yeah. Some of the ladies seem to love Yeti Uncle John, one way or another.
They like a bad boy.
They like a bad boy. Yes, we like a bad boy. Oh yes, it's not just the ladies. Cromitty. So, listeners, I think that's about all we've got time for. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I wanted you to kind of know what we were dealing with, what was going on. Martin, please pass our thanks to Raymond and Morris, and thank them again for getting getting this manuscript back.
Do you want me to actually throw it away? The original, burn it?
Maybe that's going too far. Just, we've got our copy, and just bring the original back here. We'll stick it in Ike's ship, and if our cover is blown, then we'll just have to give it back to him. But he's not going to publish that. I'll get my lawyers onto him. He'll end him back in shame jail. I'm hoping we won't have to do that. But I'm hoping that if he forces the issue, then, there is some criteria to him leaving shame jail, that if he repeat offends within 6 months or something, he'll be straight back in there. But I'm hoping we can just smooth things over, move on, and not that this is the end of that we can get away with it. But we'll have to see.
All right, Paul, we'll do that.
I think it's for the best, Paul. It's the only thing to do. Yeah, I think so. I hope so. Anyway, listeners, we'll be back again soon. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. You take care. And, plenty more episodes in the can. Big things are going to be happening. So, all right. Okay, bye for now. Say goodbye, guys. Goodbye, guys. Yes.
Yeah. Goodbye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Hey, Paul, it's me, Martin.
Oh, hi, Martin. So, did they make the switch?
They did. I have the original first draft. The new version of the first draft has been, put in its place. And, I made sure that Raymond and Boris have been suitably reimbursed. Plenty of wine gums and dolly mixtures and Smarties.
Well, thank you for that. Thank you for that, Martin. Let me know if I owe you anything.
No, it's fine. It's my pleasure. I'll make sure you get the original next time I see you.
Yeah. I guess the next stage is seeing whether Yeti Uncle John notices that there are changes. It's a dodgy thing. I just hope we can get away with it.
I hope so, Paul. It's difficult to say, but I hope so too.
Oh, gosh. Right, well, I can hear the theme music playing, so I better say goodbye.
All right, Paul. Yeah, speak to you again soon.
Speak to you again soon, Martin, and thank you for all your help, and thanks to Raymond and Morris.
No problems, Paul. Bye for now.
Bye, Martin.
I gotta go now. Bye. Gotta go. Bye.
Goodbye, 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 goodbye.
This show is part of the Pride 48 network. Find more shows over at pride48.com.
Oh dear, what's going on now? Oh, it's the Shy Life Podcast.
Let's go.
I have a voice. I have a voice.
You have a voice.
You have a voice. We have a voice.
We have a voice.
Unique voices in podcasting.
UnivazPods.net.
Hello, Paul. It's me, Yeti Uncle John. Ah, Yeti Uncle John, how are you? How are you doing? Are you excited about nearly being released from Shane Jail? I hope you're behaving yourself. Oh yes. Being a model citizen, a good inmate. Counting down the days. I bet you'll miss some of your friends. Oh well, yeah. I mean, I've got so many of them here. But, it's difficult. Once you leave Shame Jail, it's best not to hang out with your fellow inmates too much because, this, it could lead to bad things. I know. I'm trying to think of some of the names of your fellow inmates, your best pals. Wasn't it, Maurice? No, Morris. Yeah. Morris, Raymond. There's others. I've had sort of roommates and stuff as well. I just wondered, there must be a lot going on, you have a lot of hours to fill your time, and have you been working on your book? Yes, I actually finished the first draft. Oh, wonderful. Will you be sharing it with us? Oh, not yet. But I just need to do a second draft first. But when I come out, I guess it's something you sort of put in a drawer and forget about and then come back to. Oh, no. With me, it's a working document. I look at it every day. Oh, you've been looking at it every day, like today, for instance. Yes, I was reading through it. I was surprised. It's funny how you forget what you've written. How time passes. Yeah, there were a few things I didn't remember writing, but it's weird. Things you might change. Oh no, I was very impressed with it. There's a style to it that I didn't remember having. I was very impressed with myself. Oh yeah, funny. Yeah. Oh well, good. Right. Well, I better let you go. Yes, I've got to have a short call today. I've got a fortnight championship with the boys later. It's a little bit hush-hush, so get Uncle John, don't get into trouble. No, it's fine. I think Isaac might even be taking part. Well, it's not that hush-hush then if Isaac's involved. I didn't think he liked Fortnite. Well, no, he likes puzzle games, but I promised we'd do a cryptic crossword together afterwards. But all right, well, Shame Jail seems to have all kinds of rules. I don't presume to understand them, but all right. Okay, I'll speak to you again soon. Speak to you again soon, Paul. Yes. You're going to like this book when you get to read it. I'm sure I will. Right, bye now, Yeti Uncle John. Bye, Paul. Goodbye. Whew. Listeners, we might have got away with it. He actually thought the stuff that I have typed was him. So I bet half of it he just typed, not thinking, so he can't actually remember what he wrote. He hasn't noticed, unless he's pretending. Could he be pretending? Could it be a double bluff? He knows what I've done. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully not. Well, we'll see, I suppose. Yeah. I'm sure I wrote more about myself in this. It's weird. It's funny how you write these things, and yeah, I don't understand. It's very well written, though. I do like it. I suppose I could insert a few. No, there does need to be a second draft, but yeah, I'm sure there was a sentence here. But oh, never mind. No, just imagine it. I'm sure. I'm just a bit tired. I think. Oh, I need to have a nap. Yeah. Oh dear. A genius like me, you do have to have some downtime sometimes. Oh dear. Raymond, Morris, where are you? I could do with a cappuccino. Raymond, Morris, where are they? Where have they gone? Oh, I don't know. Just can't get the staff. Oh dear.
You know what I'd really like to do is get some of that hair off him, and then knit a sweater, a Yeti hair sweater. Do you think he's mine? I do.
Yeesh, I hope that Shy Yeti bathed today. That's all I can say.
He's not all that shy as right. Sheesh.
483. 483. 400. Oh God, that it guy gives me the creeps.